Scott. Ask Scott.
Hi, Scott. My name is Danielle. I'm calling to ask a quick question about shipping. First of all, I've been listening to your show for probably about 4 months now and love the content, appreciate everything that you're doing for all the listeners, everyone trying to get started in this FBA business. My question is regarding shipping price changes. I already have a product that is in production through a supplier in China, and I got an email from them yesterday saying that the price of Air Express had gone up. And it's actually increased by over double. Originally, the quote was around $1,000, and now it's at around $2,500. My question is, is this something that happens? Do shipping prices kind of change at random, or is my supplier trying to just get more money out of me? I don't want to think that, but I just want to make sure before I go ahead and approve an additional cost to get the products to me. I really appreciate your time and answering our question. I look forward to hearing back from you soon. Thanks, Scott. Have a great day.
Hey, Danielle, thank you so much for the question. And this is a good question because the truth is we are very skeptical, right, about people that we're dealing with, especially in China, because, we don't know, if they're just trying to, increase the shipping to make up on the discount. Oh, we'll give you the product for $1, but we're going to charge you, an extra $2 for shipping, right? Just to try to make up that difference. Say, we're going to give you the cost per unit less, but we're going to just make it up on the shipping. It's a great question. So here's my answer, okay? And it might not be the best answer, but it's the best one I can give you right now. First off, yes, the pricing for shipping, there's different things that come into play. It could be gas prices, could be, employment, who knows, right? There's different operating expenses, but they can change. Usually they don't go that up or down, right? It's pretty close. But with that being said, the best thing to do here, I would say, is to number one, reach out to more than one supplier and see what they're going to charge per shipping. And usually they're going to have a set fee of what they charge per pound or per kilogram. And that stuff there, you'll be able to see as far as like what that cost will be. The other thing is if you reached out to a freight forwarder and then they could probably give you a good idea of what that's going to cost. But I would say my first step would be to ask them for the breakdown. And then from there, I would ask another supplier for their breakdown. And then you can compare them side by side. So it's kind of like getting your 3 estimates if you're going to have something done on your home, right? You're going to do the same thing with a supplier. That's what I would do. The other thing that I would recommend doing here is I would ask them, right? I would say, like, listen, if I, ship a certain amount, are you able to give me a price break? And if they are, that might also be on a shipping price because the more that you ship, it might cost less because of the way that they package it or any of that stuff. So you really have to ask them and see. But if they gave you a price one day and it was, let's say it was $1,000 to ship your order, and then the next day it was $2,000, I would be skeptical about that. Okay, I would be skeptical about that. I would say, wait a minute here, how does that double overnight? And then again, I would call them out on it, and I would ask them to give me the pricing and kind of how they're shipping it, and the actual shipper that they're using, all of that stuff I would get. And then the other thing is that's why I would want to have that second supplier in line or third, so I could ask them, what do you charge to ship per kilogram to the States, to, door to door, whatever it is. So that's what I would do there. And I know this wasn't like a really clear answer, but I don't think there is a clear answer because, I guess the truth is that yes, they could try to scam you and try to make it up on, on the shipping, as, people in the States here can do the same thing too, right? Oh, we'll give you this for, $1, but we're going to charge you more on shipping, which we know that it doesn't cost that much on shipping, but it's just a way for them to try to get the money back. It's not honest. It's not ethical, but I've seen it done. So yeah, you want to be careful of that. But I would say, number one, if you can use a freight forwarder, if you are going by sea, that's going to be a must. But if you're going to go by air, you don't necessarily have to use a freight forwarder, but you could, even if you just wanted to get a quote as far as what it would cost, and then they'll be able to help you figure that cost out. But I think first step would be finding another supplier, asking what their shipping fees are, and then actually calling out your supplier and asking why it would go up from one day to the next. All right, so hopefully this has helped you. Good luck to you, Danielle, and I appreciate the question. And yeah, it's just part of the process, right? It's part of the process as far as moving through these obstacles and then figuring it out as you go. And you're going to learn a ton through that process. Well, hey there. Thank you so much for listening to that episode of Ask Scott. Now, that was just a highlight from one of our full episodes where I generally answer 3 to 4 questions on a podcast. If you want to go back and listen to all of the past archives of not just the Ask Scott session, but all of the full episodes where I do interviews with top Amazon sellers, people starting from scratch and building a business, if you want to listen to any of those episodes, head over to theamazingseller.com and you can find all of that over there. You can also find details there on how you can ask your own question and get it aired on an upcoming Ask Scott session and possibly see it here on YouTube or just on the podcast. All right, so definitely head over to theamazingseller.com. There's tons of resources over there for you to be able to build your e-commerce and Amazon business. So definitely go check that out. Now, I just wanted to remind you one thing before I let you go. There's a lot of information out there and some of it is really, really good. What I want you to remember is you have to not just consume the information, you have to actually apply that information. So take this information that you learned here today and apply it to your business. And this way here, you can get results. As my shirt says, I wear it almost daily. Take action. We'll see you guys.